Ooh, what is that slide 3 having a three-way? That's not. Hey friend, please enjoy this entertainment gift. All I ask in return is that you subscribe. Test. Listen, YouTube, we need to talk. And you know what it's about, okay? All those thumbnails with the red arrows. What's the deal with them? Why do people think that they need to shove a red arrow into every single thumbnail that they make? Just because one person's doing it, that means a million people have to do it? Look, I get it. You're trying to draw attention to something in the shot. And some of them make sense, like this one. Okay, I get it. It's going from one thing to the next thing. It's the before and it's the after. Or this one, the arrow's pointing to something that the car is gonna do. I get it, it tells a story. But then you have ones like this. Where am I pointing? But then you have ones like this, okay? Why is it just pointing to the basketball at his feet? How is that interesting? I don't think it's very interesting at all. Just like somebody ranting into the camera yet again. Look, and some of the biggest YouTubers in the world are guilty of this. They throw these red arrows into their thumbnails, and I don't think they really take the time to think about what they're doing. Like this. Huh? What's the deal, Snapper Wolf? Why are you just pointing an arrow at that kid? What's the kid? Why does the kid need an arrow? I can see the kid. I don't need an arrow pointing to the kid. Obviously, I see the kid. He's right there, slapping that girl. Ooh. Anyway, what is that adding? I feel like it's not really adding anything. What about that one, huh? He just got the arrow pointing at the creepy dude's face. The creepy dude's basically the only thing in the picture. I'm looking at him. I don't need a red arrow pointing to his face. Huh? And why are they always red? Red isn't a good color for catching your attention. I mean, it's not a bad color for catching your attention, I guess, or everybody wouldn't use it. But look at this, huh? The world's best food show guy. He uses green arrows on brand. A+ best food review guy. I should probably know the name of the channel that I'm talking about. So, and then you got MatPat over at Game Theory. He's using white arrows, which I also don't think is a very good choice, but I trust him to have done the tests. Like, he did all that A/B experimentation back in the day, so he probably knows what he's doing. Here's another example of a good thumbnail using a red arrow. Okay, Trahan Ryan uses the arrow to point to the little tiny house in the background. You might not be able to tell exactly what that thumbnail is if you don't have the arrow pointing to the tiny house telling you that that's a tiny house, okay? So there's actually good reasons to use the red arrows. Just people are overusing the red arrows. And look, I get it, even the great one, MrBeast, sometimes uses arrows to point to something that's right there in the middle of the screen that you know what it is. It's a triangle. I get it, I don't really need an arrow pointing to it. And you know better than me. Look, I know you're obsessed with YouTube, MrBeast. You're way ahead of the game here, okay? You're probably onto something using these red arrows. But most of the time, you use them for logical reasons, not pointing to a triangle or nothing. Okay, and Sniper Wolf, I'm calling you out again. That's a slide. It's the only thing in the picture. I don't need an arrow pointing to it because I can see it. I know what I'm looking at. Look, it's probably some sort of human psychology trick. I get it. You gotta point to the thing to draw my attention to it, to make me curious as to, ooh, what is that slide 3 having a three-way? That's not. Why is that slide triplicate? It's also not right. Why is that slide branching into 3 things? I get it, but I'm gonna ask that question anyway, okay? I don't need no red arrow telling me what to do with my life. It's not all red arrows and daisies. I don't know what I'm saying. Okay, and what about this one with these weird SpongeBob looking art things? There's 2 arrows pointing to 2 different things, so you're not even capturing my attention. You're drawing my eyes to 2 different things, and I also don't know what either of them are. I don't know what the hell I'm looking at. All right, and this one's a twofer. These ones were right next to each other. Look, I get it. You have an arrow pointing to the car. We did it. Couldn't you say that without the arrow? Does the arrow really tell me more what you did than without the arrow? Am I making any sense? Probably not. Okay, this one actually has a purpose. It's pointing to the little circle thing to make you think, oh, there's some sort of little Easter egg there, but I don't even know what the Easter egg is. But I guess it's making me curious because I'm like, oh, what's that Easter egg? There's an arrow pointing to it. Oh, an arrow. Okay, but what about this one? It's just like a guy sitting in a train with his feet. Why do I need an arrow pointing to his feet? Why is that interesting at all? All right, guys, I'm gonna finish up with this one. This is the worst offender out of all of the thumbnails I found. Now, there's a bunch of people that do this, but look at this thumbnail right here, okay? This girl is standing behind a fishbowl. She just has an arrow pointing to her with the label me. I mean, I don't watch your channel, but I would assume that that's you. I don't know why I need an arrow pointing to you saying that that's you. What is that telling me? Like, if I just put an arrow right here and said me, I don't understand. What am I supposed to infer from that? Huh? What am I inferring? Inferring. Furries? No, that's not what I was talking about. Look, I get it. She's trying to like imply that she's small compared to the shrimp ecosphere, but she's not really that small. Like, she's bigger than it still. Like, you can tell that it's her. You don't need an arrow there. You don't need the old red arrow pointing to her telling me that it's her. I know it's her. Okay? I know it's her. I don't need the arrow. In the end, it all comes down to this, YouTube. Stop overusing red arrows. Okay? Red arrows are a blight upon the YouTube landscape. It just can't happen anymore. I think you need to take into consideration the possibility that maybe you people out there are overusing the red arrows. So I make a promise to you. Nay, a vow. I will not use red arrows in every single thumbnail. Some of them I might, but I'm gonna try to stay on my brand's colors, which I've vaguely decided, and you might start to notice as we go on here, and the thumbnails kind of stick to those colors. I'm gonna use those colors. Orange, blue, green. I forget what the other ones are. Red's one of them, but we're gonna ignore that one. Look, here's the thing. I don't remember my point. I'm starting to get very warm, and my microphone stopped working halfway through this video. But I replaced the batteries now. Seamless transition. The point being, subscribe, watch the next video, do all the things.